One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family.
Oh, I was ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Soulcall Sunday. My name is Lisa Ferrero, and I am so thrilled to be live and in person. But wait, this just in. Keep those phones ringing, the telephone is open. You have 1-800-999-9999. We'll get you. She's so awesome. This is why we like being live and in person, because this stuff doesn't happen in person. It was from him. Oh, it's my littlest fan, Arthur. Hi, Arthur. Oh my gosh, so we've got grandbabies coming to the planet to bring us joy and delight. So that was little Arthur saying, I'm not crying anymore, I'm fine. So we welcome you wherever you are on the planet. If you're watching us live and in person right now, please let us know you're joining us by use of the chat. And if you're going to be watching later, we say welcome to Soulcall Sunday. As you know, we do the first Sunday of every month, live and in person. There's also something else that happens the first Saturday of every month, live and in person, is Sifu Helen Yi does a Qigong workshop. Always the most well-attended of the Soulcall events so far. And if you find yourself looking for something really to put into practice, it's great that we do it once a month. You can practice individual practice throughout the month, but then on the first of every month, you can come and practice in a group. And there's something about practicing in a group, which I want to talk to us about today. Like the topic for today is living fearlessly. And I think starting off the year recognizing what that means, it'll mean different things to different people. You know, if I say living fearlessly without fear, we'll all have a different image of how fear shows up. What it's here to teach us, what it's here to help us reveal or remove, and then what? What do we bring in to help push that out? So we'll talk about that a little bit more this morning. And let's see, lots of fun events. I encourage you to check your newsletter, share your newsletter with some friends. We've got some great events coming up. The 23rd, February 23rd from 6 until 8. There's going to be an art opening here, an art exhibit at the Dempsey Event Center, 123 Hyatt's Road. It's as simple as 123. We're at the corner of 123 at the Hyatt's and Route 23. And there'll be musical artists here also, but art, it's going to be a big two-gallery event with 6 to 10 artists displaying and selling their work. So we're very thrilled about that. And then, as promised, March 3rd, Sunday, March 3rd, it's going to be our first Soulcall Sunday, followed by our Sunday brunch, our Sunday jazz brunch series. So I will be here, yours truly will be singing a jazz set with the Tony Haygood Trio. If you've seen us at Ginger Rabbit, or if you came to Jazz at the Holidays, he was the wonderful pianist playing. And so it'll be Soulcall Sunday, then 11:30 will be brunch, and then 12:30 to 1:45 will be music here in the gallery. So mark your calendars, get seats. There are only 42, 43 seats available. It's $27, that includes the brunch and the concert. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
Yeah. Did I say 27 and 127?
27 just seems very.
It's reasonable. It's civilized. I mean, you can't go to Texas Longhorn Steakhouse, whatever that place is called. You can't get out there for less than 27. Nobody sings to you. Get along, little doggies. Yeah, so this morning, can you feel the sun is out? This is what's happening to us in Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, we're like catching the rays of the sun. It's making us downright giddy. So I'm going to start, as we start every Soulcall Sunday, off with the practice of Qigong. So if you're in the room, you want to spread out. And let's welcome Sifu Helen Yi.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yes, the sun's out. Let's grab some of that sun. We're going to do a switchy breathing technique. So get on the balls of your feet. Inhale deeply and let it out. Let's do that a couple more times. Grab that sun. One more. You know, breath work is really important in Qigong practice, and we're going to now shake, because we're going to shake out any stagnation, to just loosen those joints, get the synovial fluids and the lymph fluid and the blood and the qi just moving. That's right, just get the neck, shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, hips, and then there with the feet. There you go. See if you get good balance, everyone. Don't fall over on your friends there. Okay, and then relax. Feel that buzzing. Feel the increase of that vibration. Now we're going to engage our mind and our breath. And just breathe in deeply, allowing the air to go deep into the abdomen, hitting your hands where your abdomen is, lower abdomen where the dantian, the battery center, where we store qi and gather qi. Continue to breathe deeply in a relaxed state. Now, go ahead and relax the hands down, turning the palms upward, and seeing all this energy of light coming between your hands and your arms, gathering it, collecting it into the area between your hands and arms. See the particles of qi in light and golden light. Now, directing it towards the Bai Wei, which is the crown chakra area. And from here, again, engaging your mind and visualization, feel the intention of bringing the qi down into the central meridian pathway, nourishing the cells, feeling the fullness of the qi, seeing it with your eyes, that golden light illuminating into all the areas, into the eyes, into your nose, sinus cavities, bringing it into the lungs and throat. Feel it nourishing the skin, the muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints. Going into the heart, into the stomach, gallbladder, liver, kidneys. Feel it going into the lower abdominal area. Just nourishing and pushing out any blockages and any stagnation. And then relaxing the shoulders, bringing your arms parallel, gathering the qi in this direction between your hands and arms. And now with your mind focusing on all the particles of qi, getting more and more concentrated, more powerful, collecting into a more powerful qi ball. And now from here, guiding it slowly as you concentrate it into a more small ball, absorbing into the dantian, guiding it in as you squeeze your perineum. And from here, separating the hands and relaxing the shoulders and the elbows, and standing here in appreciation for your practice, feeling all the nourishment and vitality increasing within your qi body as well as your physical apparatus. And carry this feeling with you throughout the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Howard. Just taking a moment to get yourself still and comfortable where you are seated. If you're sitting in a straight back chair, maybe just pull away from the back of it ever so slightly, but be relaxed more than anything. Feet flat on the floor, palms turned upward at the juncture of the thighs and the abdomen. Spine straight, and just gently touch your shoulder blades together. Lift the eyes gently to that point between the eyebrows, the Christ Consciousness Center, the Kutastha Center, Chaitanya, in Hindu philosophy. It's the third eye region. Just following the breath. Almighty, infinite, divine beloved, we open wide the bud of our devotion, which alone leads to thy blessed presence. Enter into this brief meditation with a burst of sunshine, that I may be mental sunshine for all who cross my path. Today and every day, whisper constant reminding thoughts that thou and I are one in soul, you and I. As Paramahansa Yogananda says, when this I shall die, then will I know who am I. May we have this divine realization while we are still in these beautiful bodies, that we may remember always connection. We are always in the presence of your beloved wisdom, light, operating in the force field of love, the only energy. Opening to trust and the recognition that many worlds are access to us, we have access to, are accessible to us. But one consciousness. That's the one we ride like the magic carpet of wisdom, of joy. Spark that divine remembrance in us today. May we release all that is unlike love and joy, all that we have molded with our consciousness into the various aspects of fear. Help us to dissolve that creation. May it fall like salt before us on fire and be repurposed. Om Shanti. And so be it. Just allow this beautiful song to wash over and through you from the Parliament of the World Religions many moons ago, but ever lasting in vibration. A song called One in Soul. Just pick it in.
Sitting on the veranda, the two of us here, but what is for you and I? We feel the flowing timeless one and so you and I. of us understand the different to idle words. The parrots of heaven are cracking their sugar as we laugh together, one and soul, you and I. One and soul, you and That's and the Mumbai, New York, and Jerusalem. One and soul, you and one and soul, you and I. One and soul, you and I. One and soul, you and I. To the people all over the world, yeah. One and soul, you and I. Get the person next to you and see it if you like. One and you and I. To the one God. One and soul, you and I. One and soul, you and
Well, we got there. One in soul. Sometimes it feels like that, right? The divine remembrance of remembering that we're one in soul can kind of be a little funky sometimes, right? When you look at someone who looks like someone outside of yourself, and you're like, yeah, not really. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. So living fearlessly. You know, some of the lyrics to that song. One of the reasons I put that song up was to have the courage to go to the Parliament of the World's Religions, right, all those years ago in Melbourne, Australia, to look at other, all these various paths to the one that leads us one in soul. Sometimes, what's interesting about that song is I think that was 2009 maybe, or 2010 or something like that. And the names of the cities at the end, we placed them purposefully in there because of the things that were happening in those. People who are afraid of each other fight. People who are afraid of themselves fight with other people because they're afraid of, like, harness your own. God bless the child who's got his own, got her own. Harness it from the source, and then others can't seem to have something that you need or you want. But all of those names of those cities, Lhasa, Mumbai, New York, Jerusalem, they're still fighting. They're not even fighting about anything different. It's the same thing. It's age old. It's part of a fear consciousness that we really need to take that helmet of fear off. Literally rewire your consciousness. I'm saying you, I'm saying me. There is no other. And it takes some serious practice. If you think about it, earlier in the program this morning, we were talking about little Arthur, who's just brand new onto the planet. Little things are getting into his consciousness right now. Love, no greater grandma love. Sorry if I'm offending any grandmas out there. But no, like you think about how much we are exposed to things. If we're not careful, you've heard me in my meditations classes saying, careful where you put your head. Because you're taking things in. Now that doesn't mean that they're going to affect you in a way. You could be like this light where it's impenetrable. You can get to the place where you can be anywhere and you'll be bringing the light and not taking something else in that's fearful. See, heads nodding. A good place to get the crap scared out of you, for lack of a better word, it's like, go to the doctor's office. You want to get totally scared? Just go tomorrow and let them do a full panel on you. They'll find something. That's their job. Our job is to take it into consideration. How do I reharmonize my body? How do I rebalance it? Remember where you came from. Remember where you're going. So even Yogananda says, like, every year, hundreds of thousands of people are whisked away. They're fled like foam on the ocean. Don't get so caught up in the dream, but more in tune with the dreamer's consciousness. Then we can remember who we are and remove fear, right? Remove the fear aspect. So living fearlessly. Take a minute to just think about what you might be afraid of right now, where in your life you might be experiencing a little bit of fear, or hesitation, or just uncertainty. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. There are magazines that can distract us from, watching the habits. People who are coming to meditation now and just starting, I'd say in some ways it's a little more challenging than it was when I started 30 years ago. I'm speaking to you through a mobile phone and a computer, like Wi-Fi. We didn't carry the world around in our pocket with all the various distractions about things we could truly do nothing about. Zero. Only thing we can really control is our relationship to these other things, and mostly our relationship to self and creator, source energy, whatever you want to call that. Call it whatever you want, but love it with your entire being. And watch how the world around you shifts and changes. Awakening this wellspring of love, it overflows and it'll spill into everything we do. People ask me, are you afraid of things? I notice that I get scared, but I notice it right away. And I'll sit with my fear and I'll say, all right, just like Rumi, find the antidote in the venom. What is this about? Is this something old? Is it something new? Is it something tried? Is it something true? Like, what is it? Is it true? Sometimes, if you've ever had this experience, so I'm going to talk mostly about meditation, living fearlessly. Meditation helps us to develop our intuition. And in intuition, we can see things as they really are, without good, bad, hot, cold. It's just, you can see it for what it is, and it doesn't become something else. I talk about anybody who's into Shakespeare, reading those plays, from a long time ago. There was always a character who was the indifferent one. The one who was just kind of, there's a wedding, there's a funeral. It's all the same. It's to them, they just observe without emotion. That doesn't mean to turn off your senses or you don't get excited or passionate about anything. It just means this life will go on. A movie is a movie because of its change. This is a cosmic movie. If we can remember that, remember to play our part, to be, Yogananda would say, to be joyous and happy. Last weekend, since I wasn't doing the talk, I remembered there's a meditation group here. and I went and meditated. And the very first thing, this is me, the very first thing I sat down and I thought, oh, I could probably offer to play the harmonium for this group. Or I could and then I realized, no, the infinite was like, no, 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 like, this is for you now. Take care of yourself. Let somebody else do it for you. How many of you need to hear that every once in a while? Let someone else do it for you this time. And so I sat there and just fully appreciated the sincerity with which everything was being done. It was simple. It was organized in the way they had it organized for decades before I ever got there. I don't need to do anything about it. I'm there to meditate. I'm there to get. And it was beautiful. And I'm going to go back. I loved it. It's a self-realization fellowship group. And so the 3 weeks that I'm not here, I'm going to be there just getting nourished in a group meditation. It felt really nice, right? So find those things. You know, Soulcall, we're going to be starting a bunch of things that are more in alignment with what we are here to do anyway, these talks. But also coming up, as I said, the third week of February 23rd, it's about creativity, getting your passion out. It's a Friday night here at the Dempsey. 2 galleries filled with amazing art inspired by the infinite, coming through in the way it does for these fantastic artists. And then March 3rd, next Soulcall Sunday, it'll be Soulcall Sunday, followed by Sunday Jazz Brunch. Tickets available at soulcallglobal.org. I know somebody's going to ask me for a live stream, and probably, yeah, we'll have tickets available. You have to make your own brunch though. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Virtual reality, we might be able to put one of those helmets on and send you what we're eating and just get it right in your brain. I wonder if you see, smell it, but it's also like sensory vision, like you can actually, anyway, I digress. But I wonder if you get calories if you're not really eating, if you just think you're eating. If you say so, probably. If I think I will, I will. So living fearlessly, I was reminded of that by this sweet little book by Paramahansa Yogananda. As you know, it's my favorite. So I'm just going to read a little bit from this. The Sanskrit word, so if we remove fear, what are we going to replace it with? Okay, we're already operating in the field of love. So love is already there. We'll open the door for more of it. I love it. Hope, light. Michelle, you got something? Pasta. All right, that's my word. Again, faith and trust for me. If I remove fear, first I think faith removes fear. So if I get myself more in alignment with, I realized that fear is a lack of trust in the thing that holds us all the time. For me, that's how it came together. It's like, wow. I trust that I can do it better than the infinite? I don't think so. There's more information for me if I allow myself to just trust. I could be looking at something and say, I don't know what this is, or this doesn't feel, why doesn't it feel good? Is my next question. What about it? Is it inherently bad itself? Is it a dangerous situation? Maybe it is. Or is it just something that I would do differently? That is not going to kill me if I just sit here and enjoy it. Think about it. Like how we make food. Oh, no, you don't put that in first. You put this in first. Well, who cares? Unless you're going to be, opening a Michelin star restaurant or something. Some people do care. But does it matter in this moment? Remember these things? Is it for me to say? Just all these different things. But get curious about your feeling of fear. What is it? Why is it happening now? Is this thing really real, or am I giving it more energy than it deserves? Where am I not sticking up for myself? Maybe. Could be one. Let something run out so far, trying to be nice. Like how many of you try to be nice all the time? How many of you just are nice? No, I'm just kidding. No, just think about it. Like, what are you afraid of by speaking truth? We look at all these things all over the world. The Tiananmen Square, gentleman standing there with a briefcase. That shifted a lot. That took some serious realization and intuition that I don't want to live like this. And I'm going to do this thing. It took courage, but trust in what? Trust in life after life. This thing has me. The infinite has me. I'm like a wave in the ocean. Now, I'm not saying like run out into the street in front of cars and all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is, ask this question first. It's just like simple words. Let's put this into perspective. What happens when you say something like that? Let's put this in perspective.
You get open to other options.
Open other options, but what else?
Just slow down.
You slow down. And it also takes you out of the, it's happening, it's larger than the news. If you put it into perspective, all of a sudden it becomes like I'm looking at something that's smaller than me now. Literally, if I have to put it into perspective, that already implies I'm bigger than the situation. What's going on here, right? You could do it. What is this? You know, well, what is it? What is it not? You'll see what it isn't. Is it here to really scare the bejeebus out of me, or is it here to bring something forth from me? And I think it's, dare I say, I believe it's to bring something forth. And to me, it's always about bringing forth more trust in Source. So I say, forgive me. You know, Jesus would say, "O ye of little faith." If you have true faith, a grain of mustard seed, like really, if you had just that much, all the time, that little concentrated effort would sprout forth the tree of wisdom that you would need to be able to move through a certain thing. And does it happen overnight? One night it does. Kind of does happen overnight, but it might take a little while before that overnight happens. But it might not. It could be instantaneous. There's no. But ours is to keep in the practice and always bring ourselves closer. So there's a Sanskrit word for faith. It is wonderfully expressive. It's called visvas. Say it.
Visvas.
V-I-S-V-A-S. Visvas. So it's fun to say even. Faith. Visvas. The common literal rendering is, I like what Helen was doing this morning about the breath, to breathe easy, have trust, be free from fear. So again, visvas means to breathe easy, have trust, be free from fear. Breathe easy, have trust, be free from fear. You can walk to that. Breathe easy, have trust, be free from fear. Breathe easy. We can do it, we can do it. Yeah. But it doesn't convey the full meaning. The Sanskrit refers to the motions of breath, implying therefore life and feeling. V conveys the meaning of opposite or without. That is, he whose breath, life, and feeling are calm, she can have faith born of intuition. It cannot be possessed by persons who are emotionally restless. Because we're emotionally restless, we cause disturbances in the field. And those emotions have to produce something. Those waves of thought, those waves of vibration, create the thing we're afraid of. They have to. It works like mathematics. That's how the infinite works. So if you say in your meditation, may all my breath be used to sing my name. May all of my breath, all my thoughts, only be the stream with which to bring a vibration of love into being. What a world we can create. Tall order sometimes. I mean, sometimes I get to the first traffic light on 23 and it's like, I'm out of the game already. No. You know what I mean? But it depends on what I've believed in. Like, I need to be somewhere at a certain time, or I need to. I did all that. No one told me that. You know, so it's just like deconstructing these things that create and perpetuate these feelings. Sometimes you're going to be late. Sometimes you're going to be on time. You try to be on time. I'm not saying do whatever you want. It's just where can you do something about it? Sometimes you just can't. You get stuck in traffic, there's an accident or something, that's it. You can't do it. We're not always in control of everything, but we can co-create how we respond to a situation using intuition, which is calm. You'll get more information. And it also helps us to develop strength of character, those soul qualities that can't be teased out, no matter what. You can stand in the face of adversity. If the whole world turns against you, but you know and trust that your connection with Source is intact, you have nothing to worry about. It happens to good people all the time. Think about it. Look around. You see like really good people getting thrown under the bus. I mean, just like in our little sliver of life, we can see it. But on the grand scheme, like there were people who don't want somebody mixing up the pot. They like it is because it works for them. Therefore, they have to deem this person evil, right? Yeah. So think about these things, but contemplate what's happening. So the cultivation of intuition and intuitive calmness requires unfoldment of inner life. When developed sufficiently, intuition brings immediate comprehension of truth. So remember that thing about how many days in a row? When you develop your intuition, it's immediate comprehension of truth. You can see it without judging or feeling like you have to do anything about it. You can just see you can see it. And then you'll also get what is yours to do in the moment. Sometimes it's nothing. Right? You don't always have to rush in to do something. But you'll know it. It'll be as clear as a bell. As clear as a bell. It says you can have this marvelous realization. Guess how? Meditation. Well, work with me. Meditate with patience and perseverance. In gathering calmness, you will enter the realm of soul intuition. Throughout the ages, those beings who attained enlightenment were those who had the recourse of this inner world of God communion. So when you pray, just go into that inner space of God intuition. So some of you I see are people who join us every third Wednesday, and the list is on the website every third Wednesday. We're here doing soul sessions, kirtan meditation from 7 to 8. And it's a really great way to get super still. We're going to start reusing the former soul session format where we do a little reading, do a little chant, meditate. Do a little reading, do a little dance, meditate. Yeah, just to go deep and to use those tools. So faith. Think of the time you had to have faith that something was just going to be all right, that you really needed to have go well. Think about it. Think about maybe a series of things you just knew. I just knew I needed to do this thing and not the thing I thought I needed to do. And the whole world changed. So intuition brings that one in soulness. And you'll realize it. And you won't get caught up in the dream so much. But you will get passionate about what is yours to do consistently. And it's mostly, if you bookend your days with meditation, even if it's 5 minutes, you'll start to see a shift. Teasing the consciousness, like all of the things that have been integrated into our minds, clearing all of that out through meditation is the fastest way. It seems like we're doing nothing, but that's the point. Instead of doing, we're just being and allowing intuition to smooth it out. Smooth it out. You know, when we raise our hands, you know, our fingers are like antennas, pulling in the energy. If you feel like what we do with Qigong is why I love it so much, pulling in the energy, when you do this, pour it down into your 1,000-petal lotus of the brain, and working it through all the trillions of cells. Feel the ping, feel the tingle of that, and do it like how is it? Do it anywhere you need to get yourself recharged. Like I know airports are one. They can really zap some energy, right? Lots of swirling activity in an airport. Yeah. You have tools, but just observe the hustle and the bustle and just go about your business. Go about your day. And every once in a while, catch your mind, like where are my thoughts right now? Bring them back to the infinite. Speak through my thoughts, love through my heart. work through my hands, work through my feet, right? So speaking of working through the hands and the feet, what is ours to do? I know Soulcall has been doing for a while, since we started giving away thousands and thousands of pounds of food now. So we're going to be discussing with the group when we're going to be doing our next food drive. We usually do one in the fall, and one just at the end of, usually Valentine's Day is where we do it. But we're going to make it a little bit later this year. But we thank you for your contributions. Your generous donations help us purchase the food, make sure we have bags, and really help. There's so many people. I was talking with Kara, one of our volunteers, yesterday. I don't know about you, but are you noticing the prices of food? Sky high. Rents are higher. Everything's costing more, really for no reason. If you vote, remember that. I'm not going to get political. I'm just saying, come on. But there are people who are really having a hard time bridging the gap between rent and food for my family. So this is what Soulcall does. We step in where we can. We can't do it every month, but we do it twice a year. We try to hit right in between where other things might be going on. So thank you for your contributions. We really appreciate that. And if you want to come and help us, send me an email, info@soulcallglobal.org. We'll let you know where we're going to be, probably here in the Avalon room, and where you can drop off food. So thank you for that. But now I just want to redirect us again one more time, and I hope this isn't a long video, but remembering that trust helps build intuition, removing when we feel fearful, it's a lack of trust. All right, trust and then have faith that your trust in the infinite source, all of it, will guide you, even if it's uncomfortable. It might be something that's going to help you get this monkey off my back once and for all. So if you know your connection to source, you have nothing to fear. We were all come and go. We've been here a bunch of times. We're going to be hopefully not back too many more times. But why not? It's a cool place to be if we remember we're always connected to soul, to self, and the infinite source of love, which we move and have our being. So here's a song called Trust. I want to trust you in full. Ride every rainbow after the storm. Climb through the heart and soul of life. Love that shines bright all through the night. I want to trust you in form. Every shape, every color, each child is born. Dance in the openness of love. Strength that is stronger than touch me soft, rock me gently like the ocean, wrap around me like the moon ever glowing. I wanna trust you. I fun was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I wrote that song, it was, I want to trust you in form, right? It's easy to say, I trust, in my heart and soul I trust, and then you get outside and everything looks scary. It's like, oh, I want to trust you in form too. So help me, so we change from I want to I trust you in form. Unconditional trust, unconditional love. And watch how that comes back. Take the want out of it, or we will be perpetually wanting. Right? So see it within, see it without. Invite only the feeling of love to permeate your being. It's the only thing that may take up residence in my house. This is a house of love. Many mansions in the house of love. Right? Many mansions in the house of the infinite. Each one of us is a temple of God. Truly. And every trillions of cells, all of them have that spark of it. It's like holographic in nature. When one forgets, it rubs up against the other one so it remembers. So we want to keep that balance of love and intelligence. We want to have more of the light all the time, so that it's more of that to rub up against someone who's forgetting inside there. Right? Just remember, always, you are an infinite child of the beloved that loves you more than you can imagine. Just dump it all back into that and watch what a world we can create. Thank you for being with us this morning. I appreciate all of you. Namaste. And remember, check our newsletter. Go to the website, soulcallglobal.org/donate. We appreciate your contributions very much. And also, if you're in need of prayers at soulcallglobal.org. And then also, come out and see us March 3rd for the jazz brunch. Spread the word. There are only going to be like 42, 43 people, because you see the place. It's going to be packed like sardines, but we're not serving sardines for brunch. So come on out. Yeah, it's going to be really magnificent. I think we're going to have a sommelier here for people who want to do a little glass of wine in the afternoon. It's still light out. You don't have to worry about windy in the dark. Come on out. And the art show, February 23rd, Helen V. and Joey Wallace are curating that for us, two brilliant visual artists in their own right. And some of Helen's work already hangs in the halls of the Dipsy. So share the word. That's free. That is a free thing. But bring money because you're going to want to buy some art, some real inspired stuff. So once again, I thank you for being with us. Thank you for lighting up your corner of the world, bringing in more trust. Forget fear. Forget it. Just do your thing. And may your thing be love and light. And always remember, ready? Wherever you are, you are loved. Peace and blessings.
One family, one people, one planet, one love.